Okay, this one now, here we go. Adding and subtracting. We'll start out simple. Okay, we'll start out simple. U minus V over 8V plus 6U minus 3V over 8V. It's U minus V over 8V plus 6U minus 3V over 8V. All right, what do we need to have to add fractions together? Okay, well, so we need common denominators. Do we have that?
Yes.
Yes, so then what?
Add the top.
Okay, add the top. Within adding the top, we have to add the like terms. So 6U plus U is, and negative V minus 3V is divided by 8V. You need to check when you're done to see if anything factors and eliminates again. So watch for that because sometimes that's going to happen when you do that. Okay, next one. 6 over x minus 1 minus the fraction of 5x over 4. Okay, what's our common denominator? Okay, 4x minus 1. So each piece of this is completely separate and individual from the other. So you need both parts in that. That's like having 2/3 plus 5 halves. The 3 and the 2 aren't the same. All right, so now we got to multiply by a value of 1 on these. So this is kind of one of the things that I remember talking about last year. What are you going to multiply by to both sides? Because in multiplying by 1, are we changing it at all? No, we're not changing it. So what do we need to multiply this side by so we get 4 times x minus 1? Okay, so you need 4 over 4. This side, what are you going to need? X minus 1 over x minus 1. Okay, this side's easy. 6 times 4 is 24. On the other side, you're going to take 5x times x, which is 5x squared, and 5x minus 1 is negative 5x. Here's where I would encourage you. You can kind of think about subtraction the same as division. Keep it, change it, flip it. Keep the first fraction. Change subtraction to addition and flip all of the signs behind it. So that makes this 5x squared a negative and the 5x a positive. So keep the first fraction, change subtraction to addition, and then flip your signs. Okay, now we're ready to go. What do we have? What? You only do that for the numerator? Yes, because you don't change the denominator. Also, if you do that for both of them, you now have done negative over negative, which is really addition again. So you can only change one spot of that. Here's where it's important you kind of order this. Negative 5x squared plus 5x plus 24 all over 4 times x minus 1. If you look at this, the only way you can eliminate something here is if you're going to have a 24 and a 1, which is probably not going to happen here in this particular polynomial. Okay, so that's our answer on the back end of that one. Okay, let's do another one. 7 over 3 minus 8 over 12x minus 6. Yep. 7/3 minus 8 over 12x minus 6. All right, so we're going to start by thinking about this in terms of factoring this. What's this denominator factor to? Times the quantity of 2x minus 1. Okay, so we got to think about our denominator here. What do we need in the denominator? We clearly need this piece, agreed? 2x minus 1. What else do we need down there? If we only have a 3, does that cover my 6? No, so what do I need? Does 2 take care of both of those? Well, what do you need in this denominator? Least common denominator is something that all of these will multiply or equally divide out of. Okay, if I go, is 18 the least? Can you think of something smaller? Is 12 the smallest? Yeah, I can actually use the 6 in this instance because do you agree that 6 divides by 6 equally? Does 3 divide by the 6 equally as well? Yeah. Okay, so let's figure out what this side needs as its big one. What are you going to put here? We need 2 times x minus 1. Okay, and on this side over here, what are we missing here? Are we? No. So we don't really, we need anything. 1 basically. Okay, so over here, the easiest way to probably do that is to take the 2 times the 7 first, and what do we get? And now we're going to distribute that. So we get 14x minus 14 minus 8. So this one's an easy one, but if you get in the habit again of doing this, keep it, change it, flip it, keep, change to addition, flip the sign, and now combine. What are we going to get? 14x okay, minus 22 all over 6 times 2x minus 1. All right, can we factor this at all? Does the numerator factor?
Oh, yeah.
If we take something out, does it look like it would eliminate something out of the bottom? Okay, maybe something in the 2x? Maybe the 6? What can you take out of that? 2, and you're left with 7x minus 11. Okay, does anything eliminate here? The 2 takes the 6 down to a 3. If I can do that, it's worth it to factor. If there's nothing here that factors, then don't bother to do that. So the answer, 7x minus 11 over 3 times a quantity of 2x minus 1. Okay, questions on that one? I'm going to do one more here. 5n plus 5 over 5n squared plus 35n minus 40 plus 7n over 3n. What's the bottom what? Here or here? This one? Oh, the new one? All right, what do we begin with? There's really a couple things I do on this one. Okay, start with the factoring. What do you want to do out of the factoring first? Yeah, take the 5 out. Anytime you can find a GCF, go ahead and take a GCF. Okay, can we factor again? 2n. Okay, I heard somebody say plus 8 and n minus 1. Okay, now take a look at this fraction. I would kind of consider simplifying this before I even start. Okay, why do you think that that would be beneficial to do? Do I need an n? No. So get rid of it. That's just going to be wasted extra stuff later that I got to take out. So get rid of it right away. So we're only going to think about this in the context of 3/7. All right, let's get our denominator figured out. Okay, get the denominator figured out. So we have a 3, we have a 5, we have an n plus 8, and an n minus 1. Are any of those the same? No, so you need all of those. 3 times 5 is 15. I need the n plus 8 and the n minus 1. So I need all of that in my denominator.